All right, welcome back to another after school special put on by the TIPS team. And today we'll be talking about a new tool that Google put out here in the spring and is now available to teaching staff here in the district and soon, or hopefully soon for students. And that's the Poly Tour Creator. And this is an opportunity to take some 360-degree content from various sources and create meaningful learning objects or evidence learning that students and teachers can create. So you have the option of pulling from some of the Street View video that Google has provided access to, and then mix in your own content to create some cool interactive pieces. Or you can actually take something like this, which is a 360 camera, which are becoming more and more affordable all the time, or shooting photospheres using your cell phones, using any of a number of apps, including the Street View app, to capture 360 content when you're out and about. With that and some still photos that you can take yourself or collect somewhere else, you'll be able to create some interactive content. So let's hop right in here and we'll take a look at Tour Creator and what you might use it for. All right, so Tour Creator here, you can see the address at the top. It's if you just search for Google Tour Creator, you'll be able to find it under their VR suite of tools. And when you log in, you'll be able to start from a template or a new tour. And in this case, I've got one I've already created, so we'll just pop right in there and take a look at how it works. So it's always a good idea to have your 360 images, your still images, any audio files you might want, and your scripts all ready to go. But as students work, they can actually work and edit directly in the tour editor. So the tour editor is based around 360 images, which are used as scenes within a larger event. So in this case, this would be the Waterton Lakes National Park tour that I would be creating. And we can see here that I've already got the shoreline as one of my scenes. So we'll take a look at that. And what you'll see here is a 360 image that I took a number of years ago. And I've highlighted you can create hotspots where you can add images that will be presented with text and potentially audio. So you can go ahead and create that. What's nice about Tour Creator is this: you can embed this content, you can send the link to your students, and they can engage in the content from any browser. Or as we're moving forward, they're adding Google Cardboard support. So students would be able to use 360 viewers to go ahead and do that. So as we can see here, I've added a picture of a deer in town that I took, talking a little bit about the animals that live within the town site, the campground where many people come here to visit because of the campgrounds, and down here at the end of the lake, the US-Canada border. And as you can see here on the right, this would be the text that's presented. So if I wanted to add another hotspot, I would center my image on where I would like that hotspot to appear, and I can go ahead and add a point of interest. So as you see, we have scenes, which are the 360 images, and then points of interest within. And you don't have to tag images to these points of interest. You can just add text, not images. But as you can see here, maybe we're going to talk about bears, because Waterton's well known for the bears that live there. And in here, I might go ahead and write a comment here that talks about when hiking, it is important to be aware that you may encounter a bear. And we can even go ahead and attach an image here. So you'll want those images on your PC where you're working or in Google Drive. In this case, I've downloaded a picture of a bear I took while I was there on that trip. Preview that picture, go ahead and add it. And if I even have a audio file where I've recorded myself reading this aloud, so anyone can engage with this content, not just readers, I can go ahead and grab that file again from the downloads here, where I've saved them ahead. In this case, I will grab this guy here and click open. Can again preview that audio file and click add. So now when people come in, they can interact with this. If this image is too big for your liking, you can go ahead and resize it and move it around a little bit. You'll see that it skews a little because that's where someone would be looking in a photosphere. And it's that easy to add a point of interest. So you could imagine if you're on a school field trip to a park or to a facility, you could shoot a 360 image, have students take some pictures on other devices, and when they come back, they'll be able to stitch this together into some evidence of learning. A lot of summarizing can go on into creating these summaries and the key information. What's really interesting though is if you don't have 360 images or you just want to get started in playing, you don't have to have your own. I could add a new scene here by uploading a 360 image, but I can also utilize the 360 Street View data from Google. So let's say I wanted to add some more information here. I can go ahead and use Waterton National Park. I can zoom in on this picture, and we'll see here that eventually as I zoom in, eventually, if I grab the stick man here, I'll be able to see all these blue lines are where there's 360 images Google's taken already, including some out in the water, which are pretty interesting. So let's pick one of those here. So we can see here they must have done some Street View data on a boat. So in this case, I could go ahead. Yep, this is some interesting content I want to use and maybe something I want to explore. So students could be doing this in a city or a town or a country they're exploring. I could add the scene and call it I could go ahead in here and add points of interest from this perspective. So students can take that Street View data and then build on it to show learning, or you can build on it to provide guided tours for your students. So with the cost of 3D cameras coming down, or the ability to shoot 3D video on or photos on your phone, or the ability to simply start interacting with the Street View data and images, it's a great opportunity to start engaging in a new type of content. You can go ahead and then publish these, public or unlisted. I'll do public in this case. And it's as simple as then sharing the link that's provided with your students through Classroom or School Zone, and they'll be able to check out that content. When we view that tour, we'll see here that it takes us to a landing page for all the tours that are saved under your Google account. In this case, the one that I just shared. So now students would be able to go ahead and click on content and be able to follow around and work through it. So sort of as a companion to some of the other content, but definitely engaging. Hopefully you were able to see something there that might be interesting to you. If you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to any of the members of the TIPS team. We'd love to work with you on any of those projects that you are interested in doing with this kind of tool. Good luck, and hope you have some fun exploring that tool.